Joining us in the studio right now is Valerie. Oh, you know what? I put the pronouncer right on here, Valerie. Manzoros.
Good, yeah.
I got it right on?
Perfect.
Fantastic, yes. And so, Valerie, you and two of your friends got together and decided to, when the law changed in California for a cottage, what's it called? The cottage industry law?
Cottage law. Cottage law.
Yeah, the cottage law went into effect. Did you say, oh, this is a perfect opening for us to start a bakery?
Yeah, it was perfect timing because we'd already been brainstorming and thinking, and I'd already been making these cookies. So when we heard about that, everyone was like telling us, oh my gosh, this is perfect for you guys. So you guys can, it was just perfect because we didn't have a lot of resources to start, and we were small, and just the idea. So it let us, get it started without a lot of overhead.
And that's the problem for a lot of people that want to start baking or any sort of food-related thing. Prior to this law, you had to secure an industrial kitchen that met all sorts of guidelines, and it was such a pricey endeavor for such a small-priced item. It kept a lot of people out of the loop.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
Not anymore. So the health inspector comes right to your house and inspects it, and there are still guidelines, things that you have to follow, but they're manageable. You can, it's easier than all, and less expensive than all that.
Especially when you're just getting started, right?
Right.
And you're not really sure what your market's going to be yet.
Yeah, and this allows us to test the market and see what people like and not be afraid to just kind of evolve as we go. We don't have to have everything planned and have everything perfect right from the beginning.
Right.
And, we're still evolving now, and eventually we'll outgrow it, but it's a great way to start.
And so how did you decide that you wanted to create cookies that were gluten-free or available for vegans and that sort of thing? How did you narrow your scope?
It was mostly selfish because I'm vegan and I'm gluten-free because I have a lot of dietary restrictions. So I wasn't eating that myself because I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis and they told me to cut all that stuff out.
Oh, okay.
So I had been trying to eat that way for a long time and I couldn't find any good cookies. So I just come up with this recipe on my own. And then when we were thinking, okay, what do we want to do? We were thinking a cafe and it seemed a little bit overwhelming at the time. So we said, well, let's start with one thing. We decided to go with a cookie and then it kind of took off from there.
Okay, so like you said, it was selfish. But there are a lot of people out there who have the same, eating habits that you have that are probably saying, oh, thank goodness someone finally did this. Because I know Anthony right across the room over here has some diet restrictions. I have an uncle and a cousin who, when they finally discovered that they were gluten intolerant, it really changed their life. And they thought for years, had we only known this, But when it's really difficult when they come to visit, and I have to think about how to cook for them and have food for them.
Yeah,
there
it's hard
are not
to
a
eat
lot
out.
of good options.
Yeah, it's hard to eat out. It's hard to just have that treat. You look at the label and it's just like it cuts out most everything, and then everyone, kind of gets left out, or it's uncomfortable, or it's hard to plan for those friends.
Or for kids, they don't.
Or kids,
little ones don't understand why they can't have what everyone else is having.
And their kids and their friends are having it, and they feel left out. So
and you don't always want to be the one in the room. I know Anthony feels this way, where you're like, oh, no, not me. Let me just make an announcement that I make on a daily basis. I'm gluten intolerant, and
right. Yeah. Everyone's, everyone's looking at you and you're kind of like, oh, like, you have to be uncomfortable.
So, where are your cookies available now? Can you sell them in restaurants and that sort of thing?
We can. So there's two, the cottage law has two classes. It's class A and class B.
Oh, okay.
If you do the class B, then you can sell it in stores. So we have them at Bliss Cafe, Mama Ganache. We have them at the Shalimar Indian Restaurant. We have them at Shine in Morro Bay. We have them at Chop Street in Pismo and Steaming Bean and Seaside Cafe and Orange Cat Cafe there.
And we should mention the first three restaurants that you named are all in San Luis Obispo.
They're all in
so
SLO.
You're San Luis Obispo County based.
That's right.
Currently.
Yeah.
But you deliver, right? If you're close, if it's in the immediate area. And what's really cool is you're online as well for people who are not in the county.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So our listeners that are up in Santa Cruz right now or the South Bay, Monterey County, they could go to your website, which is undercovercookies.com, place an order, and you'd ship them?
Yeah, that's right.
I like that.
Smart.
We featured not that long ago a gluten-free bakery up in Santa Cruz that does the same thing. We'll ship. What was the Pele's Oven?
Yes,
is the name of that place.
Cool.
A gluten-free bakery that's up there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, but they're more bread products. So, So what sort of flours do you have available for making cookies and that sort of thing?
Well, we use almond meal as
Mm-hmm.
more of the base, and then we use tapioca flour and rice flour, and
Okay.
we combine the three of them using more of the almond meal. Because when you're doing gluten-free, things can get really dense.
Yeah.
So you need to kind of mix and play with them to make them taste better.
Did you have to do a lot of experimentation, a lot of cookie batches to arrive at the right
Yes.
combination?
Yeah, it took a long time to come up with something that I was happy with. And I did a lot of testing and took them. I also teach yoga, so I took them to the yoga studio and I
have
was like,
cookies.
everyone was testing them. So, yeah.
Where do you teach yoga? This is way off topic, but where do you?
At Bikram Yoga, right in the creamery.
Oh, so the hot house style?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I cannot do that. I got to hand it to you for doing that. But I was thinking about maybe doing some Smiling Dog, which is not Bikram, right?
right. It's
Yeah.
not hot.
Yeah, because I really want to do that. I've been feeling all tight and stuff lately, and I thought I really need to
little yoga.
It's amazing. For
do a little
feeling
yoga
good.
right after I have a vegan gluten-free cookie. So I'm wondering, Valerie, and I just realized I spelled your name wrong here for people that are watching on the video.
You
sound-
pronounced it right,
I-
so that's really what's.
I spelled it Valeria. So Valeria joining us right now. Valerie, what about muffins? Are those a bigger challenge than making a cookie? Would you ever go that route?
You know, people have started to ask about brownies and muffins and bread and things like that. And it might be something that we go to down the line. But right now, we're just kind of focusing on the cookies. It's keeping us busy enough with the cookies. And we have a lot of different kinds of cookies.
You have a
Yeah.
diverse selection. Tell us tell us what you have and what the favorites are.
Well, we have the original chocolate chip, and that's what it started. We also have the walnut chocolate chip, and we have the double chocolate varieties, which is like Chipotle double chocolate, espresso double chocolate, regular double chocolate. We have a coconut double chocolate. We also have some without chocolate because not everyone's chocolate lovers. We have lemon coconut. We have ginger molasses. We have a coconut sea salt, a caramel coconut sea salt.
Caramel and sea salt is like the huge rage.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is a trend.
Tell us about the chocolate that you use.
We use chocolate from Mama Ganache Chocolate Shop,
Mm-hmm.
and it's organic and it's fair trade. And we use the 70% variety, so it's a dark chocolate and it doesn't have soy in it for people who have soy allergies, and it's delicious.
So it's healthy on yet another level.
Yeah.
Still. Again, with that stealthy healthy.
Yes.
Right, we're getting it from all angles.
I would imagine if you're using almond flour, your cookies are high in protein too.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, the nutrition label exactly. We haven't done the testing yet, but yeah, it has a lot of almonds, so good in protein.
I
and
like that
fiber
aspect, yeah,
Yeah.
because I, like you, have adopted a vegan lifestyle, and so now I just look at the protein levels on everything. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it, because really you get enough protein. Vegans do.
Yeah.
But yeah, now you need to make some cookies that are that have B12. You know,
That's a great idea.
because that's the
That's the other
challenge,
one.
right?
Yeah.
For that, we are speaking right now with Valerie Manzoros. She and two other people are the founders of Undercover Cookies, which is based in San Luis Obispo, all focused on food or baking cookies that are stealthy healthy. As you just heard us say, they are gluten-free and also they're egg-free, they're dairy-free. Is it a challenge to not bake with eggs?
It takes a little bit of playing around to get a consistency that will hold up, that won't fall apart, but
Yeah.
it can be done. And we do use a little bit of guar gum, which holds it together, and it's natural too. It's an Indian bean, and it kind of helps like stick them together. And we use the maple syrup instead of the sugar, so that helps like the
Nice.
liquid. That helps kind of keep them together too. So it can be done. Take some time.
Valerie, you're going to need to listen to next week's show because we are having a guest on who is making these fake eggs. I don't know how else to put it, but but it has all of the attributes of an egg, like helping baked products stick together
Yeah.
and the texture, everything that eggs basically do, but they're not eggs and they're vegan.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so I found them. I think it was a tweet that I followed also last week, and I was like, "What? Fake eggs? Hold on," but they're not processed to the point where because we want to have like whole foods and,
right.
and real
we don't want
foods.
the
Right.
fillers and the weird stuff.
Yeah,
that we don't
so
know what it is.
This is really groundbreaking. This
Cool.
and once again, it's out of San Francisco, but this company that has perfected, I guess, the art of making fake eggs. So you might, I'll give you their information.
Okay,
so
great.
you might be able to incorporate that into your another line of
Yeah,
cookies or
sure.
something along
Yeah.
those lines, right?
Awesome.
So
Very cool.
9:44, the time right now. We will be back with our final segment. We'll do a little taste test in between and let people know about the Undercover cookies that no matter where you're listening to us right now, you can order these online. If you're in the SLO County area, you can pick them up at a local store. I'm your host, Randall White, joined by Patty Piper, and we're back in just a moment.
Randall White here, host of Eat, Drink, Explore Radio, with a tip for Central Coast wine tasting. Eberly Winery was recently voted Winery of the Year by the world's top sommeliers and has one of the best local tours according to Wine Spectator. Eberly Winery open daily 10 to 6, and the winery's cave tours and wine tasting always complimentary. It's easy to find, too. Located on Highway 46 East, just 3.5 miles from Highway 101. Now it's time to plan your visit. Just head to eberlywinery.com.
Can we have your attention for a moment? Eat, Drink, Explore Media has an important date we want to share with you. Saturday, July 13th. We invite you to join us at a craft beer and food event like no other. At last count, generous samples from more than 70 breweries will be paired with local culinary treats for the 2013 Breast Fest along San Francisco's waterfront at Fort Mason. Going on its 14th year, the annual Breast Fest has grown dramatically, raising money for an incredibly important cause, providing free, complimentary treatments for women battling breast cancer. The Charlotte Maxwell Clinic offers services such as acupuncture, massage, organic foods, and transportation. The clinic's core mission to provide relief from the terrible side effects of cancer and its treatments. Eat, Drink, Explore Media is very proud to be among the main sponsors for this year's event. For more information, go to thebreastfest.org.
Randall White here, host of Eat, Drink, Explore Radio, with a tip for Central Coast wine tasting. Eberly Winery was recently voted Winery of the Year by the world's top sommeliers and has one of the best local tours according to Wine Spectator. Eberly Winery open daily 10 to 6, and the winery's cave tours and wine tasting always complimentary. It's easy to find, too. Located on Highway 46 East, just 3.5 miles from Highway 101. Now it's time to plan your visit. Just head to eberlywinery.com.
The Eat, Drink, Explore Media radio show you are currently enjoying is in a local affiliate commercial break. Live programming will return shortly. Did you know you can watch a live video simulcast of our Sunday morning and Thursday evening shows from your computer, smartphone, or tablet device? And to top it off, it's free. Simply head to eatdrinkexplore.com or download our free app from the Google Play or Apple App Store. If you have a suggestion for an upcoming guest segment, send an email to radio@eatdrinkexplore.com. We're always looking for fresh ideas, including yours. We love to share fresh, local, organic, seasonal, and sustainable ideas throughout the week. And the best place to find those are on our Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook feeds. Our username across the social networking universe is simple: Eat, Drink, Explore, all one word. Hey, college students, Eat, Drink, Explore Media is always looking for qualified journalism or marketing interns. Send us an email today so we can check your status and put you on the list for upcoming intern vacancies. Would you like to hear this Eat, Drink, Explore radio program on one of your local radio stations? Let the station know and contact us as well so we can get the ball rolling. Okay, you made it. The local affiliate commercial break is now over. Time for more informative and entertaining programming from Eat, Drink, Explore Media. Thank you for your patience. Welcome back to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network, 9:49 the time right now, and a very good Sunday fun day to you. This is our final segment. We have an incredibly happy crew right now in the Eat, Drink, Explore studio in downtown San Luis Obispo. We are all noshing. Nosh, that's a term, right? Yeah. The kids say it.
I'm eating chocolate chip over here.
You've got, I've got double chocolate. Our audio guy has got peanut butter. Oh, I love peanut butter cookie. And then, okay, you can have some of the chocolate too. Our guest, Valerie Manzoros, with Undercover Cookies in San Luis Obispo, brought us a wide array of the cookies that they offer that are gluten-free and vegan. And I'm wondering, Valerie, for the people who are listening right now who don't really understand this new cottage food law, can you hold on one second? Is she up? There we go. Anthony's busy eating and not looking at the audio board. So for people who don't understand this law, it passed not that long ago, and it allows people like you to make things at home. What were the first steps that you needed to go through in order to make this happen?
Well, we called the health department and we just started asking questions, and they were really helpful. And they also directed us to their website, which is pretty thorough, and it'll have a list of the requirements and what you need and what to start, so that you can kind of get everything in order before they come and inspect your kitchen.
And there's a list of foods that are part of this. Like, you couldn't make soups at home, for instance, right?
You know, I'm not sure exactly, but there are certain restrictions of things you can. Like, I know you can't use like heavy cream because it spoils easily. So they want to have it as safe as possible, because it is still going into the public. So they're narrowing the array of kind of things.
What your ingredients can be.
Yeah, so it's restricted, and I'm not sure exactly what you can and can't have, but it's listed on the website, I believe.
Basically, things that won't spoil, and the fact that you're making vegan products, I imagine, must really give you a leg up on all that.
Yeah, we didn't have to make any sort of changes. We were already kind of within the qualifications.
I don't think our kitchen would pass. Sadly, the health. So I'm not really in the process.
You're not ready to start making anything that you're going to sell, but
no. But I'm pretty sure. But I've been to a lot of my friends' homes that have beautiful kitchens, and I can imagine you must be taxing out the kitchen that you have.
Yeah, it's a small kitchen. Patty knows because she was
there, and
it's a small oven. We actually have like the miniest oven that we just can do one tray
like
at
an
a
easy
time.
bake oven.
Yeah, slightly bigger.
Talk about quality control. Because they are made individually with care in this little kitchen.
Very handmade.
But still, you're cranking out some batches of cookies on your busy days. What you told me you were at a couple hundred?
About 200 to 300 on a busy day.
Yeah.
200 to 300 batches?
No.
Cookies.
Oh, God. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sleeping in that case. But 200 to 300 cookies at this point. Maybe we'll work up to that.
So they always say, don't get into business with your friends. You've gotten into business with two of your friends. How's that working out?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, they're amazing, and they're really patient, especially with me, and it's been going really well. And we're always having kind of meetings and figuring out how to communicate better and work things out. And we're all like big into the yoga, so I think that helps us be very zen in the
Well, I just want to say, Valerie, I don't have any diet restrictions. I eat everything. Equal opportunity eater right here.
This is true. I've been to
Everything.
many dinner parties.
But I do really like your cookies, and I'm sure that you are not looking for that kind of compliment that's like, well, they're good for what they are. They're good for being vegan. They're,
right.
they're
Right.
so for me, I just ate. Sorry, guys. I just ate a peanut butter one and a chocolate chip one. And the other day I had one of your it's not actually oatmeal, but it's your oatmeal-esque cookie.
It's cinnamon raisin, but
for people who are
similar
looking
to the oatmeal raisin,
people who are looking for that fix, they're really good. Just flat, I'm just going to say this. They're just really good cookies.
Thanks.
Can you not do the oats because of gluten?
There is kind of a controversy about oats, and I guess you can get oats that are gluten-free, but there is a huge process, and it has come from a certain facility. So I kind of didn't want to go there right away. Yeah. And then people were already mistaking it for having oatmeal in it. So I was like, well, they already think it has oatmeal in it, and they're already happy with it. So why change it?
Change it? I'm wondering. I didn't even think about that. Is there a whole nother list of rules that you need to prove to a government agency when you put the words vegan or gluten-free on a product?
There is. And, well, I don't know if it's completely standardized because it's kind of new. So I don't know if there's actual laws yet. But we are conscious and we want people who are very allergic to know, what's going on. So
to feel
ours-
confident with your product.
Right. And we don't use any gluten in our kitchen or any dairy for that matter. But we say that we don't use any gluten ingredients so that if someone is really, really allergic and we use maybe something that is processed in a facility that does have wheat, then they know, like, okay, maybe it's not for me.
So there's no chance that there's cross-contamination in your kitchen because the ingredients just don't exist in it.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas, like, sometimes when you buy a product at any store,
It has a disclaimer that there could be some
Yeah,
cross-contamination.
made in a facility that processes nuts, and it goes down a long list of
Right.
things. Yeah.
Because some
So-
people with food allergies are really, really sensitive to the point of it being dangerous if they get something that has
Yeah,
cross-contamination.
absolutely. Right. And we're doing this to help people out. We don't want to, make it more complicated
Yes,
for anyone.
exactly.
Well, I'm having Patty ask most of the questions
Because
because I can't eat.
you're complicating Randall's job right now because he can't talk and eat at the same time.
I can't stop shoveling the cookie into my mouth. It is so delicious. And I have to tell you, the bite that I just took, if I was at a restaurant, because I'm highly skeptical at restaurants when they say that something's vegan or something, I would turn to my fellow diners and say, there's butter in this cookie. Like I would be like, they are lying. I just took a bite that had that richness of butter. Where does that come from? This is the peanut butter cookie.
It probably comes from a combination of the peanut butter and then the olive oil that I use instead of the butter.
Olive oil. That's
Yeah.
right.
And most people don't use olive oil because it kind of sounds weird a little bit, or maybe it sounds, I don't know. But it actually, in brownies, they say to use it because it creates like a richness. And so I tried it with the cookies and it seems to work.
I've been cooking I haven't bought butter in, I don't know, 20 years maybe, and I've been cooking with olive oil almost exclusively that entire time. Sometimes I'll use grapeseed oil if I really don't want an olive oil taste in something.
Right, yeah.
But it's a lot more expensive. So
Yeah.
you already have like some of the most expensive ingredients in your cookies.
I know, we picked the most 10 expensive ingredients.
But yet they're not overly priced. I went to Bliss Cafe the other day and they're just $3.
They're actually $2.50.
Oh, $2.50.
Yeah.
So
Very
even
nice.
better.
Yeah.
I didn't have any money with me. I was
So you were just drooling over the.
wandering around the city, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay for credit for a cheap cookie. But so at any rate, it was that day that it was 95.
Oh,
was it
gosh.
Friday or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I can wait till Sunday when I get my sample.
Well, I have a partial peanut butter cookie here that I'm willing to negotiate with someone in this room.
We are now negotiating. Valerie Manzoros with Undercover Cookies here in San Luis Obispo. Go to undercovercookies.com for more information. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for bringing the cookies too.
Of course.
You did not have to do that, but
Yes, she
Thank you
did.
for having me.
Yes, she did.
all right.